How do I date men when I hate men?
Get it away!
What is up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the genially judgmental Dr. Disaster, and the last time I checked, the point of a sequel in any series is to take something that was popular and to give fans a little more of it. Sure, the story needs to be a bit different, but you can't stray too far from the original formula, or else people will look at it and say,
"What the hell am I looking at?"
As an example of how to do this right, just look at Skyrim. Hot off the heels of the success of Elder Scrolls Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls team updated the graphics for Skyrim, they improved the leveling system, added dragons, some new magic, put together a new map with some new stories, and boom, we had one of the most successful sequels of all time. Sequels ought to be easy, because the formula is basically sitting in your lap already, ready to be copied and then slightly improved. But Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 has decided to go a different route because apparently they think that removing elements of the original that people loved is a great idea.
Why would you think that? Why would you even think that?
Now, this sequel caught a lot of flack several months ago when they released this image here showing that the character creation in the game is fairly non-existent compared to what you could do in the original. They also caught hell because, believe it or not, one of these two characters is supposed to be a male and the other a female. These androgynous blobs were ripped apart, causing community managers on Steam to start issuing bans to people talking about it. The player in this image here simply asked which one is the female, and they banned him for it. Apparently, they can't handle obvious observations.
That ain't no woman. It's a man.
But anyhow, the trailer for this new sequel to the original Bloodlines game is out now, and gamers seem pretty disappointed that it is more of an action game than an RPG, since it sounds like you can't customize your character very much, which makes the whole thing seem like it is straying from the formula of the original quite a bit. To top it off, the game has 6 playable vampire clans in it, but they are hiding 2 of them behind a day 1 DLC paywall. After 10 years or so of development on this turd, most of us were really hoping for more than an action game serving as a blatant cash grab. But I guess these modern game studios just don't get it.
You just don't get it, do you? You don't.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, I've started uploading some content onto Rumble as well, so make sure you look for Dr. Disaster over there, and don't forget to follow me on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1. But anyhow, let's take a look at the information that we just got for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. This article here is from Rock Paper Shotgun, and it tells us all about the Day 1 DLC. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 got a full release date during Gamescom opening night live last night, along with a fresh trailer. However, there's one detail that might put a bit of a dampener on your celebrations about the game finally overcoming its many bloody delays. Because of course, this game has had a notoriously long development cycle. But anyhow, you see, while the base version of Bloodlines 2 offers 4 vampire clans with different playstyles for you to get behind the fangs of, Paradox have opted to stick a further 2 behind paid Day 1 DLC. This pair of clans are the Toreador and the Lasombra, and to get them, you'll need to invest in Bloodlines 2's 75 or 90 euro premium editions, or pay an extra roughly 20 euros for the Shadow and Silk DLC pack. If you opt not to pony up that cash, you will still be able to pick between the 4 basic clans, but yeah, not ideal. Especially since both premium clans aren't just swankier looks you'll be able to don. They've each got their own unique abilities, which one has to assume will make a difference to how your playthrough goes and feels. Embrace the Shadows as a Lasombra commanding the very essence of darkness to bend your will, reads the Shadow and Silk DLC Steam blurb, or revel in beauty and passion as a Toreador channeling your artistic spirit to captivate and influence those around you. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but day 1 planned DLC is like holy water to me. I'm not into it, and that is strike 2 for this game, with strike 1 having been the androgynous character designs I showed you earlier, where you can't tell the difference between the male and the female. And especially, I disliked the way the community managers handled it. And this here is strike 2.5 as far as I'm concerned. Apparently, this is the default main character for the game. This is the cover of the game on the PS5. Looks like your average awful. The affluent white female urban liberal with the sides shaved on her head. They might as well give her purple hair, a massive gut, and a scowl, like I did for the thumbnail of this video. But now, you'll be able to customize the character a little bit, but with how similar the male and female characters look in this image, I have my doubts that switching to male will change much. There is a lot of confusion as to just how customizable your character is. They haven't really shown us exactly what it looks like, the character creation that is to say, but it sounds like most reviewers agree that it is very limited. Now, keep in mind that game journalists typically go out of their way to make sure they give favorable reviews to games, especially when they get a super early review like this guy did here who wrote this article. But as you can see from the headline, which this comes from Eurogamer by the way, which I will link in the description, but he wasn't exactly enamored with the game, and as far as I'm concerned, this is strike 3. Almost every review of the game that I've seen from game journalists has been tepid. They aren't coming right out and calling the game terrible, but they sure aren't calling it great, and they have every incentive to call it great. But it says here, I can't hide it. I'm a little disappointed. The wait for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 has been an excruciating one. This is the long-awaited follow-up to the flawed but respected Bloodlines 1 from 2004, and it was originally announced in 2019 with a release date of 2020, but it was systematically delayed, then full-on suspended before being resurrected at the Chinese room, where it's been reshaped for release. Bloodlines 2 has had problems. The question is, does it still have problems, and has it been worth the wait? Having played Bloodlines 2 for a few hours in a preview build, my answer is I'm not sure. I have mixed feelings. There are things I really liked about it. I love how powerful it makes you feel as a vampire from the very beginning of the game. The action feels great, but I'm concerned by how narrow the game is as a role-playing experience. Too often I feel led through metaphorical corridors from point A to B as though I'm playing a predetermined experience rather than shaping one of my own. I think it's telling that Paradox is leaning into the action part of the action RPG descriptor. From what I've played, this is more like an action or stealth game with some RPG elements, rather than the other way around, and that goes very much against what we saw in the previous game, which was much more of an RPG than an action game. Now, the trailer on the PlayStation YouTube channel seems to have quite a bit of sentiment against it. They've got around 50,000 views on it thus far, and it hasn't been ratioed yet, but at this rate, it most likely will be after a few days. They've got 2.1 thousand likes right now versus 1.2 thousand dislikes. But in the comment section, they really ripped into the game, and a lot of the negativity seems to come from gamers not happy with how this doesn't feel like a proper follow-up to the original. This guy here wrote, make an RPG game, remove a bunch of RPG elements, why even bother? What made Bloodlines so fun was customizing your character. You could play as any of the clan and get a different playthrough each time. Something tells me I should wait till reviews. This game has gone through the ringer. No custom character is a deal breaker for me unless the game is less than $20. We'll grab it when a price drop hits if the reviews aren't extremely bad. I'm sorry, but this doesn't look like the sequel to Bloodlines. Remember, no pre-orders. And despite the fact that this comment got about 10% of the likes of the trailer itself, meaning this was a popular sentiment, it does seem like people are pre-ordering this game, at least at the outset, which is a testament to how beloved this franchise is more than anything. As you can see here, the game is currently the number 37 top seller on Steam, and they have a whopping 177,000 followers over there already. The game might be a beneficiary of the cultural auto intake that so many people feel. I'm sure that fans of the IP who have been starved for new content in the video gaming front, I'm sure it's hard for them to say no, but we will see what happens. What do you think of what the game looks like so far though? Do you have any interest in playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2? Drop your thoughts into the comment section below and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.